500,000. So we're running fast just to stand still. That is a problem. India, the Indian government have been very good. I think we'll do it. Nigeria, there were, shall we say, political problems, which we are beginning to overcome. We have now persuaded the mullahs, and again, it's only in northern Nigeria we have the problem, that it is okay to immunize the children. And once that happens, I think we can be okay. But the problem with Nigeria is they have transported the virus to adjoining states like Niger and others. So we have to continue the campaigns there. You don't need me to tell you what the problems are in the Pakistan-Afghanistan border. But we've had what we call days of tranquility with the Taliban to allow the workers to go in and do the vaccination. But it is going to take a little while. But we'll do it, we must do it, we mustn't stop, because we have given our word as Rotarians that we will eliminate polio from the face of the earth, and we will do it.
What relationship, if any, can Rotary have with the Muslim world?
Yes, that's an interesting question. One of the things,
What is the question?
what can Rotary do to improve relations in the Muslim world? Basically, that's what it was. Tomorrow, Grant is taking me to Colorado Springs, and I'm going to meet some Rotarians there who have been working to establish a Rotary club in Ramallah on the West Bank, Palestine. That is a step. I want to see, however, the background, because there could be problems there. Another country that I would like Rotary to be established very soon, hopefully before I demit office, is Oman. June and I have been there on holiday, nothing to do with Rotary, and it is a pro-Western country. The Sultan is very pro-Western, and I think we could do it there. We have got to establish Rotary in the Middle East, in the Muslim countries. June and I were at an institute just before Christmas, Istanbul in Turkey, which of course is a Muslim country, and they are helping us in connection with the establishment of Rotary in Muslim countries. There's a question from the table behind you.
I was going to do the same question.
Same question. Well, I hope I have tried to answer, Bruce, the questions in the time. Sorry.
As you've traveled among the emerging nations, where have you found particularly promising developments in Rotary?
Question?
Where have I found, what did you say?
Particularly promising developments.
Particularly promising developments. Rotary membership in America, I'm sorry to say, has been declining. So much so that there is going to be one director less from America on the board of directors. But in India, Korea, particularly in Asia, Rotary is expanding. It is expanding because the communities can see the good work that Rotary is doing. It is also expanding in Eastern Europe, but in Eastern Europe, of course, it has come from a very low base. One of the first countries that June and I visited this year in August was China, because I wanted to see what the situation there is. But I think China is going to be the country of the 21st century. Rotary has 2 clubs in China, but they're not Rotary clubs like the Rotary Club of Grangemouth, like the Rotary Club of Denver, like the Rotary Club of Colorado Springs. Only expatriates can be members of those clubs. Chinese nationals can't be. And this is simply because the Chinese government want to keep control of everything. It's not just Rotary, it's all now NGOs are faced with the same thing. And Rotary will not go into any country on a full basis on the government's terms. We go on Rotary's terms. So until the Chinese government relax the regulations about free access, the situation in China will remain as it is. I had a meeting with the president of the Lions Club when I was at the Pasadena parade just last week. And I was rather saddened to learn that at every meeting of the Lions Clubs and the Lions Clubs in China, a member of the government sits at the meeting, and the president of the Lions Club has to be approved by the government authorities. That's not the way that Rotary works, in my opinion. So I hope I've tried to answer your question.
Thank you very much.
I don't know how many of you are aware, but this is the 25th consecutive year that we have had a Rotary International president visit us. And I think, Mr. President, that that's due to our commitment to Rotary as I experience it on a day-to-day basis. And on the other hand, we thank you for continuing this tradition. And in order to recognize that, one of the two gifts that we would like to present to you is a Branch Rickey ball that we give to dignitaries at our Branch Rickey Award that is attended annually by over 500 people. And then we also have a Rotary silver dollar. And I was going to tell President John that this was a $1,000 keepsake. And I thought this would make a worthwhile impression on him. And on the other hand, we're having membership dues issues, and so I thought I'd get 300 of you mad at me. So I think I'll just tell the truth and say this is a keepsake that is manufactured by us locally. And we do give this to our honored guests. So thank you very much for joining us, and we appreciate it anytime you would come back. We would like all of the Paul Harris Fellows that are still in attendance to come up here, if they would, in the background, on the back wall, and we'd like to take their pictures as representation of their commitment to us and to being here today. And second, and Jim?
Along those lines, Darlene just mentioned to me that we have one other individual that I failed to recognize earlier, Giles Paulson, who was a new Paul Harris Fellow.